Today they announced and showed the commanders for the Precons and the new Commander Master set, so yes, we are talking about it, keeping in mind this is just a first look. I'm not going to draw any sweeping conclusions. I still need to research them and the decks they're in before we do a proper roast. So, at a glance, we are all going to die. This is what the Mayans were predicting. I know they were off by a decade, but our numbering system counts 1, 2, 7, so I can forgive a rounding error. But this is so fucked up. What immediately sprang to mind is the first sliver just cascading all over everybody to get their whole deck out in like one cast in main phase 2 because those sacrifice at the goddamn end step. But I'm sure that there's like at least 20 other slivers that are all now going to get their own like clickbait YouTube video that says CEDH sliver combo just because you can encore multiple ones. It's gonna be a rough time. Continuing the theme of this set being sponsored by Big Mana, we now have double Cascade on all the thick Eldrazi, and I swear to God, this is not a threat, it is a promise. If we are playing, and you hardcast Emrakul with this thing out, I am going to throw up on the spot. A little bit is going to get on your cards. I apologize in advance. Like, all I can think is that whoever designed this card, their entire retirement plan was selling foil editions of board wipes and mass exile, and they're just like really desperate for cash. Next up is Mr. Mixed Bag himself, because this is a massive gameplay dub and just an unprecedented lore L. This is one of the fairest Super Friends, so not that fair, but fairest Super Friends commanders I have ever seen. But this dude, in the lore, he knows the destiny of the entire multiverse and can change it. He can rewrite it at a whim in that dumb little book he's got. And what does that mean for his powers? He gets proliferate, but worse. Are you kidding me? And to be fair, rewriting the future is an ability that it's almost going to be impossible to get right in Magic the Gathering without pissing everybody off in a different direction. So, like, I'm trying to give him some grace on that, but there are still sad whoopee cushion noises happening in my heart right now. Meaning that somehow this is the card I'm most excited for. The one with no blue, doesn't have red, doesn't have card draw. It's enchantment bullshit, but you know what? It's making the enchantments fight, and I respect that. I respect them finally getting up off the bench and doing something. I'm sure I will retract that positivity as soon as they tutor a 9-mana enchantment that says they get to flick my sack every upkeep into the graveyard and then copy it on like turn 3 or 4 or whatever. I'll take it back then, but for now, I'm excited, and I mean, like, come on.